Hello, hello, Jen Patero here on Saturday, June the 12th. Holy moly, only 1 week left. I am about to enter peak week on Monday before I step on stage next Saturday. And I gotta tell you, I'm super excited. I feel like $1,000,000, and I'm really excited about the week. So today, want to chat a little bit about last week, why I'm so pumped today, because it was a really good week last week. I feel like the week before I was full of frustration and anger. It's been a roller coaster, guys. I hope you are feeling that as well, because it has been a roller coaster for me. But this past week, gotta tell you, great. Felt amazing. Still feel great today. Looking forward to next week. So we'll chat a little bit about what peak week is going to look like for me. And then the other thing too is I've started to get a lot of questions about, so like, Jen, this is wonderful. You've been working so hard for one day. Then what? Do you revert back to life as you knew it? What happens after Saturday? So I'll chat a little bit about my plans and how I foresee moving forward after the show is over. So like I said, this past week has been great. From a diet nutrition perspective, still not feeling hungry. Can't really explain why, but I'm not. I'm feeling great. I eat my 1 meal a day, usually between 2 and 3 now. I've had to push it back a little bit just because of some work things and things going on in my life, but I eat my 1 meal. I'm only eating it was just over 1,400 calories last week. But I feel good and I don't feel like cheating. I'm feeling good, even though I'll tell you, I kicked my butt in the gym this week. We'll talk more about that as well. But feeling really good from a nutrition perspective. And the other thing is really feeling now like I'm doing much better with my water and electrolytes. Robert and I did have a conversation this week and decided to cut back my water, which kind of made me nervous because I thought, if I cut back my water, am I going to be hungrier? But I wasn't. I felt totally fine having cut back the water because I did cut it back in half. So instead of drinking 2 full gallons of water a week, I'm now down to drinking 1 gallon. I cut it in half. Electrolyte ratio is still the same, but it has really helped me not hold on to quite as much water. The scale has certainly reflected that. Not that it's about the scale, but it is about water retention, and don't want to be holding on to a ton of water at this stage of the game. So it's really been working. And if I do think about why, because Robert asked me too, he's like, this is not normal. Most clients at this stage of the game are hungry. They're complaining to me, they're hungry. And I'm not. And the only thing that I can think of is that if we rewind into my life a few years ago, I was doing a fair bit of extended fasting. So 2-day fasts. Started sort of as a diet piece, but then as I increased my intensity in the gym, it turned into more an autophagy piece. I like that, giving my digestive system a break and my body a break from having to digest food, and giving my body an opportunity to clear out not dead cells, but cells that are not functioning properly. I guess there are probably some dead ones in there too, but clean out the junk. And so I would do extended 2-day fasts, maybe once a quarter, certainly once every 6 months. And I got my body adjusted to that very well. So I'm wondering if maybe that's what's helping me through this prep. I don't know, but maybe. But I'm still feeling really good from a nutrition perspective at just over 1,400 calories a day. And like I say, kicking my butt pretty hard in the gym. So today was actually the last day that I will do a leg workout. So had a conversation with Mel last week. Everything starts to shift and change here for peak week. So I did my last intense leg workout of this prep today, because next week the plan is to coast. I don't want to create any more inflammation. Actually, I want to reduce as much inflammation in my muscles as possible. So they're different kind of workouts. I will still be working out every day, certainly not to the intensity that I have been. So the recommendation was sort of take whatever I was doing and cut it in half. And no legs and a bit of cardio. So it's going to be a pretty easy week, which kind of scares me, to be perfectly honest. I don't love that, but I'm going to do what I'm told because I trust my coaches and what they say will work for me. So that is what I'm going to do. But it's interesting because it gave me an extra push this week, because the way my brain works is this is the last time I'm working my back in this workout before the competition. So I best push it and do my best and give it my all. And I did. I feel really good about the effort I put in this week. And I can now shut that door, close that door, and say, you know what? Couldn't have done any more. Show day, I did everything that I could to build as much muscle, maintain as much muscle. I'm feeling good. Yeah, so then we enter peak week. I'll share with you some new macros for this week. And for show day, actually show day, there are no macros. Show day is sort of a free-for-all. I'm talking to Robert again this week about exactly what that's going to look like, because I certainly won't, I need to be very strategic about how and when I eat on show day. But yeah, that's peak week. Going to be coasting through, so to speak. But as I said last week, it can be more of a mental game, a much harder mental game than it is a physical game. So we will see what peak week really brings for me, and I will fill you in later. And then after that, so show day comes, it's great. I envision having a phenomenal time. I'm going to celebrate with some friends, got a reservation to go out for dinner afterwards. Super excited, but then what? Then what do I do? Do I just go back to life as I knew it? And that is certainly not my plan. My plan is to have a very strategic diet, right? I'm going to reverse diet out of this. So the same way that I incrementally cut calories to get to where I am, my plan is to then incrementally add calories back and get myself to a good place where I'm, consuming probably, like before this started, I was consuming about 2,500 calories, 23 to 2,500 calories a day. So I'll get back to about that place and then continue to build. I've got my new equipment in the basement, really want to start, continuing to reshape my body, build some more muscle, and then at some point step on a live stage. I really do think that I want to do that now. We'll see. I still have a week to go. We'll see what the virtual show looks like, how I feel mentally and physically. But I think at some point I would really like to do this, rock it out on stage and see how I perform, see how I do. So that will be the plan. Reverse diet out of this, get my hormones back, get my metabolism back, because I know that I'm not optimal. I can't sustain this forever, nor do I want to. The changes I've seen in leaning out even this past week, not gonna lie, it gets exciting, right? Like I want to look my best, but I know that I'm not at an optimal state in my body. I know that because I've lost my cycle, which I know happens with a lot of athletes, right? That happens. The other thing is, before keto, I used to, if I pulled my hair back, I would have a clump of hair. Oh, and look, there's two. When I started keto, that really didn't happen. The hair loss, I feel my body was so much healthier once I started to incorporate more healthy fats and eat more calories each day. My body just felt better, wasn't losing hair. Now, the last few weeks, it's not a ton, but I'll tell you, like the drain in the shower at the end of the week, yeah, there's some hair collecting there. So there's a couple of things that make me well aware of the fact that my body's not totally happy in this state. So I do want to make sure that I reverse out of it in a careful and strategic way, and then get myself back to uber healthy, eating calorically, a healthy nutrition, and continue to work on my body, continue to make improvements in my health. So that is the game plan for post-show. And the other thing too, I've had quite a few people, and God love you all, for reaching out to me and really wanting to start your own journey and perhaps do this together, right? I think there's 4 or 5 people who we've said, after this show is over, we're going to connect and work together and try and improve health and wellness as a whole and do it together. So I'm super excited about that. And Robert and I have chatted about me maybe even becoming a deeper state keto coach. So if anybody's interested in starting a ketogenic diet, perhaps we could do that together too, and utilize some of Robert's, all of Robert's plans and tools to do so. So anyways, super excited about what's to come. But first, we got to get to show day. So going to give you the update and the plan for this coming week, for peak week. So before peak week, I'll tell you, today stepped on the scale and I weighed 121 pounds. But remember, I do ketogenic caloric refeeds on Friday. So yesterday significantly upped my protein, my fat to help fill out my muscles. I upped my sodium to pull out water from the skin and increase some of the vascularity. So the day before, I weighed 118.6. This morning, I weighed 121 pounds, even. Then I worked out. It was a good one. And after I worked out, I weighed 119 pounds. So I lost some water and after that intense workout. And my body fat today is 9.1%. Last week it was 9.2. So I'm down on the scale, and I'm down my body fat percentage. So macros for this next week. The plan is 110 grams of fat, so down 5 grams again. Protein goes down to 70 grams of protein, and my carbs stay consistent at 10, which gives me an average caloric intake of 1,344, so just about 1,350 a day, which is down another 50 calories from last week. But it's crazy, when I do my calculation, I only have 4 days. I only have 4 days at that before I then do another ketogenic caloric refeed, because it will be next Friday. And on that day, I'm going to eat 150 grams of fat. I'm going to eat 120 grams of protein. I will probably be upping my salt to 1,000, 1,500 maybe. Not upping it to that, but upping it by that. Either 1,000 micrograms of sodium or 1,500, because this past week I increased sodium by 1,000. Anyways, so my calories on my refeed day will be just under 1,900. And and then like I say, show day is a free-for-all. There are no restrictions. There's no game plan as far as I'm aware. All I know is I'm going to eat a brick. I've picked my brick for the day, but it's not going to be sit down at 2 o'clock right before the show starts at 4 and eat the whole brick. I'm going to cut it into quarters and probably throughout the day eat that. I know I'm going to be stressed on the day. I know when I'm stressed, I don't eat. So I'm probably going to be forcing myself to eat on the day anyways. And then post-show, we're going to go out and have a steak, and I can't wait. So that is where I'm at. That is the plan moving forward. thank you so much to everybody. I can't say enough how much I appreciate you and you purchasing tickets. I've heard from so many of you. You've already got your tickets for the show. Thank you for that. You have no idea how good that makes me feel to know that A, you're interested and want to be there and excited to help support me. And B, when I'm competing next Saturday, to know that there are so many of you out there supporting me and watching the show. It's going to make it that much better, that much easier, that much more fun for me, that much more motivating for me to be up there. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. And hope you all have a good week. And we will see you Saturday. I'll make a video. I'll let you know how I'm doing on show day. Take care, guys. Enjoy the hot weather, the rest of your weekend, and we will chat soon. Bye for now.